Okay, welcome into the Salamander Society. I'm your sports entertainment salamander here to talk about Battleground. Here to preview Battleground right here hours before the pay-per-view kicks off. And let's get right into it. Speaking of kickoff, let's start with the kickoff match that was announced earlier on. The Usos versus Breezango. This shows promise to me. This shows very good promise to me that they're going to use these two as they're both going on to SmackDown. The Usos can add some good comedy to their act to rejuvenate it, to kind of rebirth it, and Breezango can do what they do, and they get into a feud right here with former tag champions, which automatically elevates them to a bigger and better level. So I think that this will be an entertaining match to get the crowd into it before the pay-per-view starts. So we'll see what happens from there. But next, to start the pay-per-view, I have the IC title match. Miz versus Darren Young. Solid potential of a match right here. I like Miz as champ right now. He's very entertaining with Maurice and all their act they got going on as a Hollywood spoiled person. So I like that act right there, as Hollywood's movie star that's really spoiled and stuff. So I like that. And Darren Young comes in. He has very good potential to be a solid mid-carder and all of that. He's very good in the ring, pretty entertaining on the mic. And Bob Backlund's great. I love him. He's just mad. He's crazy. So I like that. Should be a good match. These are two pretty good guys in the ring. Miz can hold his own, and Darren Young's pretty good. I haven't seen a bunch of him, but from what I've seen, he's pretty good. And I could see them giving Young the title right here. I could see it very well. But I'm not going to predict it, though. I'm going to predict that Miz wins out of this. But I could definitely see Darren Young. I wouldn't be surprised if they give Darren Young the title. What I'm worried about is this is political. I'm worried that this is a political move right here, being that Darren Young is gay. And I'm not for that in any situation. I'm not for a title being moved over to someone for political reasons or whatever. It's wrestling. We got to keep it to wrestling, not go into the political. So I don't want to see that happen if it is political. So I'm going to have the Miz win this I'm going to predict the Miz to win here. Next to the U.S. title, Rusev versus Zack Ryder. I would love to see a good competitive match right here. I'd love to see them go back and forth for 15 to 20 minutes, countering each of their moves. I know both of them can do it, but I don't see it happening. I just see Rusev going to crush Ryder. I just see that happening because they're not going to stop his momentum. I don't think they're going to have Ryder have another surprising win like he did at WrestleMania, where he surprisingly wins the title out of nowhere and then maybe loses it the night before. That would just pointlessly stop Rusev's momentum that he's got going on right now. I hope they don't do that. It's still a possibility because it's WWE. They can do some really crazy stuff sometimes that doesn't make any sense. So hopefully let's not do that, and Rusev crushes Ryder right here, even though I love Zack Ryder. Next match I have down here is Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Not really sure what's going to happen here. It's hard to make a prediction, even though I'm going to make one, but Becky has been beating the crap out of Natalya for the past few weeks. So with 50-50 booking, you would say Natalya wins. That's what you would say with the track record of the WWE's booking. But if you look at it, they might want to keep Becky super strong to go into the title hunt. And they might want to do that. You never know what they're going to do right here. I could see it going both ways. If given time, these two are great workers in the ring, and they should tear it up. They should have a really good match. But I'm going to have to go with Natalya because of the track record of the WWE's booking. And honestly, I don't want to see Becky crush Natalya again. I don't want to see her get over on Natalya's account. I don't want to see her get over by beating the crap out of Natalya every week and making Natalya look weak. I want them both to be elevated by this feud. I think they can both be elevated by this feud and be the two women's title contenders on SmackDown, the two top contenders on SmackDown. So I could see that happening. I'm going to say Natalya is going to win that one. On to the women's tag match. Charlotte and Dana Brooke are going to go up against Sasha and her mystery partner. And you know what I'm going to say here. Everybody's hoping that it's going to be Bayley, and as time goes by, though, you look more and more at it, it looks more and more like it's not going to happen. As time goes by, it looks like Bayley is going after the title, not really going to the main roster quite yet. She wasn't even drafted. So you have to say that it's not going to be her. If it's not her, I think it's going to be Naomi. We haven't seen her in a while, and even though Team Bad ended up bad between these two, I think that could tie back and make it make sense when she comes back to help Sasha. And I'll be happy with that. Naomi's great in the ring and all of that, and they should be able to have good chemistry together against the champion and her sidekick. But obviously, I do want to see Bayley, like most of us. All of us want to see Bayley come out, and we'll pop huge for Bayley when she comes out. But you never know what's going to happen. No doubt, though, whoever Sasha's partner is, whether it's Bayley, Naomi, whoever, they're going to win. It's set up to where it's not a title match, so the babyface is going to get over. This is a way to camouflage them not wanting to put the belt off Charlotte until a major pay-per-view, like SummerSlam. Next match is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I think we all know this feud won't end right here at Battleground. I think we all know that. It's not going to happen at Battleground. It's probably going to be put on a pause after SummerSlam. I see them having a good match here, a good match at SummerSlam, maybe with a stipulation. And the fact that there's no stipulation right here shows that it's not going to be over yet. At SummerSlam, I think they'll put a pause on the long feud. I think this is going to be a career-long feud for both of these. This might even be both of these guys' last match at a WrestleMania or something. And them two against each other. And I think Sami Zayn will win this one at Battleground. But Kevin Owens will be right there to be another close match. Close and dramatic match that has a chance to steal the show if the main event drops the ball. Moving right along, Kevin Owens loses to Sami Zayn right there. Now we got the New Day versus the Wyatt Family, which is the match that I am most looking forward to. Now everybody's looking forward to the Shield match, but I'm looking forward to this. This is great storytelling. This feud is just, I can't say anything but awesome. It's the best storytelling that WWE has done since Daniel Bryan, I think. And I don't see this feud culminating quite yet. It's way too early. It's only the first match between them. This feud won't culminate yet. We know that this will culminate in a huge way. And my personal belief is that this feud, if done right, the right way, will be the end of the New Day, at least as we know it. I think it'll be the end of the New Day. They will have to build the Wyatt family up, though, to do that. So I see them winning this first match, and not very closely at that. I think that it's going to be close for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, somewhere in there. But for 3 or 4, maybe even 5 minutes, the Wyatt family are going to absolutely destroy the New Day. And we could possibly see a return from Luke Harper right here. Since Braun Strowman's going to Raw and Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt are going to SmackDown, we could see Luke Harper come back and reform the old Wyatt family as Braun Strowman goes over to Raw. And once again, this is going to be pure destruction from the Wyatts, and the Wyatts are going to win within the destruction right there. So it should be a pretty exciting match, and who doesn't want to see the Wyatts destroy somebody? I mean, that's what I love to see in WWE. That's one of my favorite things to see right now is the Wyatts destroying somebody. Next is John Cena and Endzone and Cass versus the Club. This will be a fun match. This is going to be a pretty fun match. It'll progress the storyline between AJ and Cena, but it should be just a few guys in a tag match that are just having fun, because essentially after this, everybody in this match is going to be going their separate ways. They could set up Endzone Cass versus the Club because they're both going to Raw, I believe. And I know that AJ and Cena are both going to SmackDown. So everybody's going their separate ways. So it should be just some guys having fun because they might never meet in the ring again. So it's just a few guys having fun in the ring. And it should be a really fun match with a lot of good spots. And I see Cena's team winning. He's got to get his win back, and I think it's really good that he's getting his win back in a tag team match that doesn't weaken AJ Styles at all. And he needs it after Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho right there. So I see Cena's team winning. Cena and Enzo and Cass are going to win this match. And now to the main event. The WWE title will be up for grabs between the Shield triple threat, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. No countouts, no disqualifications, straight up triple threat match. We've seen some great triple threats matches the past few years, whether it's Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton or something like that in the last few years. But this one is going to be the best one in the last few years. This one is going to be up there with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit. It's going to be up there. It's going to be up there. There's going to be a couple of questions that are going to be asked and answered in this match. I think there's a couple of questions that are going to be answered. There's still going to be some questions after this, probably. But number one is Dean Ambrose a long-term main eventer? Is he a long-term main eventer? This question, whether Dean wins or loses, I don't think this question will fully be answered yet. But this is what I see. If Dean loses and AJ and Cena feud over the title on SmackDown and Dean has nothing to do with the title, it looks like Dean was just a plan B at Money in the Bank. He was just a plan B, and when Roman gets back, he's going to be in the main event right there with Seth Rollins. But if he retains, it looks like he'll be the real deal. Maybe even a future face of the WWE. It looks like backstage they'll trust him, and they should. He's been tearing it up this past month with Seth. I love when they get together and fight. I don't. It's kind of like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It never gets boring to see Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose fight. So I hope that they'll see what he's done this past month with Seth Rollins and see that he can be a main eventer. And hopefully they'll do that. And then the biggest question is which show will get the WWE title? This will definitely be answered tonight. Which show will get the WWE title? Will it be Raw or will it be SmackDown? This is the biggest question of the night. If Dean wins, SmackDown gets the title. If anybody else wins, it goes to Raw. SmackDown has a 1 out of 3 chance to get it. 33.333% chance of getting the WWE title. Not very good odds, but you never know with WWE. They like this underdog story, and SmackDown is the underdog show right now, so I could definitely see Dean winning it. But this is what I love about this match is you could have anybody win. You have no idea who is going to win this match. I mean, your gut automatically goes with Dean because he just won the title a month ago. He just won this title literally 5 weeks ago about. And usually WWE, no matter who it is, they don't do that short of a title reign. Unless it's Sheamus or Zack Ryder, I guess. But world title speaking, they don't do it very often where they have 1 month and they do it and they hand it over to somebody else. They usually don't do that. So your gut has to go with Dean Ambrose. But then SmackDown will get the title, which no one expects. No one has ever expected that WWE title will go off the flagship show into SmackDown, the main title. But it can happen. I mean, you look back, it used to be, back in the old brand split at the beginning, it was the WWE title on SmackDown and the world title on Raw. If you look back that far, it was. So it could happen. And you look, and Seth could win this match as well. There's a very big bargain on Seth winning, because this is his third title shot in 1 week. And he's a major superstar, so this is his third title shot in 1 week, and most of the time a major superstar, when they get more chances, they usually win. So, but if they don't, then Dean could possibly be hurt, which I don't think they're wanting to do right now. He could be hurt deeply. His character could be. Or there's always the thing of Roman coming right back and winning his title. There's always that up for grabs because he's Roman Reigns. So that's always up for grabs. He can come back and win it right back and start his heel run, which would be fine with me, I guess. I'm fine with that, as long as he's heel and doesn't come back as an annoying babyface again. They need to embrace this suspension. They need to embrace it and use it in their storylines and make him a heel. So I think they can do that. And even though Vince has lost all of his faith in Roman Reigns over this past month, I can definitely see Roman getting the title. He's just like Cena. You never count him out, because then he'll win and you'll be sitting there wrong. So overall, I'm excited for this pay-per-view. I'm excited for tonight. They could really do a good job with this pay-per-view. They could really do some good with it. But as always, you don't expect a whole lot from WWE. Don't expect anything, really. Don't get your hopes up too high for anything, for any part of this card. Trust me, you'll enjoy it a whole lot more if your expectations are low. That way, all they can do is impress you. They can't just disappoint you all the time. Which we have some ideas that we might not be able to put our expectations on low for, like Bayley coming back, or something like that, or New Day and Bray Wyatt, or in the Wyatt family, or whatever. There's several things on this card that could be very big, but you still just can't get your expectations too high, because it's WWE and they could always do the stupid thing. So that's going to be it for me. I'll be up here tomorrow before Raw sometime to give you my review of Battleground. I'm very excited for this match, or for this card and this show. Should be good, but don't get your hopes up. I'll see you later.